Okay, so this is my video. It's supposed to be my lesson on vocabulary in the classroom, but we are not in the classrooms because of this COVID-19, so we are all remote learning, and this is going to have to do. So I'm going to pretend that you are my audience, my students, and I will teach the lesson to you and kind of guide you through it. So I am going to teach my students vocabulary words using context clues and sentences. This is for my first grade students. They should be able to do this. It should be one whole class period. We are going to do it in whole group as a lesson, and then we'll break it up and do individual paper pencil practice, and then I'll pull small group at the end for my lower kids who kind of might be struggling, and we'll do our paper pencil together. All right, so in my classroom, I would call the students to the carpet. We would do blue table, green table, red table, or blue, green, red, and yellow. Whatever. Blue, green, red, and yellow. It's been a while, sorry. I would say I'm going to call tables who's sitting correctly, hands folded and quiet. And usually they all want to be in front, so this gets their attention to be quiet. So then I would, once everyone's to the carpet, sitting correctly, we would get started. Here we go. Okay, class, so I have a word up here. I'm going to show it to you. I want you to try to read it, okay? Try to sound it out for me. All right, so this word is outstanding. Everyone say it with me. Outstanding. Good. And if we chunk this word, we can easily figure it out. Watch this. Out. See that? Out. Stand. And then ing. Oops, there we go. Outstanding. And we know each one of these words and this ending sound here. So we should be able to figure this word out, no problems. Try it again with me. Outstanding. Outstanding. Good job. Okay, so next slide. The meaning of this word is standing out from everything else. It's amazing or excellent. All right, so if something is standing out, look at this, standing out from everything else, it means it's excellent or amazing. Okay, so now, that way, I have a couple of sentences up here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the sentence to myself, and I'm going to think about what the underlined word in the sentence means. All right, so are we ready for the sentence? Good, here it is. I'm reading it to myself. Everyone listen. He won the Outstanding Doctor Award last year. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the underlined word. The underlined word is outstanding. All right, so after I found the underlined word, I'll reread the sentence. He won the Outstanding Doctor Award last year. Now looking at the underlined sentence, I'm going to try to figure out what the word means. So, outstanding. He won an Outstanding Doctor Award. The underlined word is outstanding. He won an award. Awards are good things. And, well, so I think that this might mean excellent or amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my new definition or word or phrase in here where the underlined word is. That should be better. Where the underlined word is, and I'm going to see if it makes sense. So let's use the word amazing. I'm going to put the word amazing where the underlined word is, okay? So he won the Amazing Doctor Award last year. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now what if I thought it meant, if the word outstanding meant silly? Do we think this means silly? Let's read the sentence with the word silly in it. He won the Silly Doctor Award last year. Does that make sense? Would someone born as a doctor, would someone win a silly doctor award? No, I don't think so. So I think that we need to, if that's my case, I think we need to figure out a new definition. So I'm gonna go back, we're gonna look at excellent and amazing again. The doctor won an amazing doctor, he won the Amazing Doctor Award last year. Teachers make mistakes, it's fine. He won the amazing doctor award last year. And I think that makes sense. All right, so what I did first was I read the sentence, I looked at the underlined word, I thought about it in my head, and I thought about what word or phrase the underlined word could mean. And then I replaced that word and I checked my work to see if it made sense, and it did. All right, so now I have another one and we're gonna do it together. Are you guys ready? All right, the sentence is a little longer, so let's read it together. Here we go. My grandma's house is lavish, so we can only play outside when we are there. All right, what's the underlined word? Go ahead, Sarah. The word is lavish. Good, lavish. So now what do we do? Tom. Look at the underlined word. Okay, good. So lavish. Now what do we do? Sorry, I'm losing my spot on my lesson here. Now what do? We try to figure out the meaning of the underlined word. Awesome job. Okay, so let's read the sentence one more time. My grandma's house is lavish, so we can only play outside when we are there. Lavish is the word. Try to come up with, in your head, and I'll call on someone, try to come up with what the word lavish means. I'll give them probably 30 seconds, try to figure it out, being quiet. I'll call on someone, and this time I'll kind of guide them through what I'm looking for. So lavish is like expensive or fancy, so I'll try to pull those words out of the student by guiding them through in their sentence when they're telling me the answer. And then once they do say those words, then we'll read the sentence again. Good job, fancy or expensive. Let's use the word fancy. So here we go. We're gonna replace the word fancy with the underlined word, okay? Here we go. My grandma's house is fancy, so we can only play outside when we are there. Does that make sense? Yes, good job. You guys did awesome. Okay, so now, given the time, we would either do another example with another slide, or we would go right to our desks. I have a worksheet, or I would have a worksheet, and it would have 5 different sentences, just like the ones that were on the board with underlined words, and they would have to do exactly what we did. They would read the sentence, look at the underlined word, and then they would come up with a new definition that they think the word means using their context clues of the sentence, and then they would rewrite that sentence with the new word and check if it makes sense, yes or no, and then go on to the next one. There will be 5, but as my class needs, I would send them to their desks, and we would hand out their papers, we'd put our names on the top, and then I would read the directions with them, and we would go over the sentences. I'd probably read all the sentences with them, just knowing my class, and then we would do number 1 together, just so they know the format and they know how to write each thing, what I'm expecting and what I'm looking for, how to check yes or no if it makes sense or not, and that gives them 4 examples to do on their own. And while my high and mid kids are doing this, I would take my low students, I'd pull them, we'd go to the back table, and we would do the whole worksheet together. So we already did one not independently, as a whole group at our desks. The low students would go to the back with me and do 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I would kind of step back a little more if I thought that I could, and kind of guide them through using less of what I just did as a whole group. But if they need it, which some of them might, I might need to be a little more hands-on. But I'm hoping by number 5, I can kind of scale it back and see how well they understand. So from there, class is over. I would collect the papers, take my data, and kind of see if they're understanding this, if they need more help, if they maybe need more examples together instead of just the one that I did and the 2 we did together. If so, we would do another worksheet, kind of same format, different sentences, and then if not, then we can scaffold and kind of move on and add layers to the lesson of vocabulary and context clues. Yeah, so I think it would go great. I hope it would go great. We all think that, and then it doesn't, so it might blow up. Who knows? Next year, I will definitely use this lesson. I mean, hey, I already created it, and it's a pretty good one for our vocab. And first grade definitely needs to learn vocab. It's very important, especially with all the classes that I've had so far. They need their vocab. So yeah, I think it would go good, but like I said, we all plan for everything to go good and then it doesn't, so we would see. All right, bye.